All right. So at this point in the video, I had no idea how I was even going to film this video. I spent a good 5 minutes just eating my cereal in front of the camera. Then I banged my head against my notebook. That was fun. And then lastly, I even tried to film in my car and in a church parking lot. So let's just skip to the next day. Hey, what's up everyone? It's Jared. Welcome back to my channel. Today is kind of I think a really interesting video. My boy, Edward, or Osama, you know who you are, he actually requested a video just talking about like what to expect like the first day of school, and I was like, that's a great idea, because I was thinking about making a video called what to expect like your first week of school at the University of Tampa. And before my freshman year going to UT, I wish there was a video that I could watch and just see like, okay, going forward and going into the semester, this is what I can expect. Got about half battery left on my camera, so we're gonna see how far we get. Hopefully we get all the way through. So the first thing to expect, whoa. Excuse me, what was that? First thing to expect, at least for me when I went to UT, was just getting lost on campus a lot. I mean, UT's not a super huge school. It's not like a big campus, but it was my first time seeing the school, so I was completely lost. When you move in, depending on when you move in, you usually have like that weekend before if you're an incoming freshman. So use that weekend to explore. For me, I had my schedule on my phone and I had written down like all the room numbers and whatnot, and I actually made sure to like scope out my classrooms and where they were the weekend before, so that when the first week of classes started, I was like, okay, I know how to get from this class to this class. The school offers, I think, like during the first week, like a explore your classrooms kind of event, but like that's so structured, and I found it more like useful to just do it yourself. Once you get the hang of campus, it's actually really easy to navigate, but at first it is kind of confusing because you're like, okay, I know this is here, that's there. As long as you know how to get to the caf, get back to your room, like you're pretty good. So the second thing to expect your first week of school is to see lots and lots of new faces. Like you're gonna see people you obviously don't know, but you're just gonna see a lot of faces, and there's gonna be a lot of people you interact with, which is okay. It might be overwhelming, but it's a lot of fun. Something that you'll actually find out at U Tampa is that you will probably run into a lot of the same people, or at least see like the same faces throughout campus, which is a good but also maybe not a good thing. I don't know. The campus is only like, I don't know, I think it's only like 8,000 undergrad, which isn't super huge. It's like a medium-sized school, so you'll see a lot of the same faces, but if you're good with faces, I don't know, you can recognize and maybe talk to them if you want. That's weird. So the third thing to expect, and this one might be like the best thing, is the whole first week there's this thing called Wow Week, Week of Welcome, and it's basically a time for all the on-campus organizations to table and to advertise and to do activities on campus. At UT, something that's really nice about those on-campus events is that they hand out a lot of free things. They hand out free t-shirts and free mugs and free cups and sometimes free speakers and chargers, which is really cool. They also have games that you can win prizes and whatnot, but definitely that first week, when they have all the on-campus activities, clubs, advertising, doing whatever, that is a really great time for you to get connected if you want to join a certain club or join a certain community, I guess. Usually a lot of the events are happening in like the Vaughn Courtyard or the Vaughn Center, and that's like the main hub of campus, so everyone goes there and advertise, and you'll see it. It'll be advertised all throughout campus. There's usually chalk on the sidewalks too, which is pretty cool. But on my first day when I moved in on Friday, August 23rd of 2019. And the first day I went to this tabling event that they had, and that's where I got connected to one of the main groups that I'm part of now. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know how much I stress like the importance of getting connected and getting into a community. So that first week, definitely be intentional and like make it a priority to just try and like go out of your comfort zone and go up to those tables and talk to people and meet people and just find your community, find your group of people that you can pour your time into. The Campus Bookstore is in the Vaughn Center, and every single year, the first week of school, the Vaughn Center is flooded with people. There's so many people there, because I think a lot of parents come down and help their kids move in. If you know for sure that you are getting these specific textbooks for your class, like if your professors have actually said this is what you need ahead of time, order online and then just go and pick them up. The bookstore is super crazy the first week of school, and the lines are always so long if you're trying to buy anything. Get your textbooks ahead of time, order them online, and go pick them up. On a more personal level, first week of school might be a little overwhelming. I know for me, I felt a little overwhelmed. It might also be a little sad, and I was definitely homesick, even though it may not have seemed like it. This was the first time I was like, knew I was going to be away for a long period of time without like my family. As soon as like my siblings left, after we moved my stuff in, my brother and sister, as soon as they left and they're like, all right, time to go to the airport, we gotta catch our flight back home, I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm alone, kind of. Like I'm doing this alone for now. Expect to be like a little overwhelmed, maybe even a little sad and homesick, but it will get better. It does get better. And really, like, if you have reached out to your roommates and have connected with your roommates, definitely like hang out with them the first week, hang out with them the first few days. That's what I did with my 2 roommates. It was great. Like, you know, it was a great way to just have like, I guess, a forced friendship, but even though obviously it's not forced, it was like they're your roommates, they're sharing the same space with you. So, and I'll be on campus this semester, so if you're feeling homesick and you watch these videos, just send me a DM on Instagram and say like, hey man, like, can we meet up? And I'll be like, yeah, let's do it. If I'm free, I'll definitely say, yeah, let's meet up. Let's go hammock. I don't know, hammock and Plant Park. Let's go grab some lunch on campus. Let's do whatever. But send me a text, send me a DM if you're feeling that way the first week of school. I sound like a parent here, but the last thing I want to see is see you guys struggle and see you guys not succeed and not do well mentally too. I'm here for you guys. I'm literally just a DM away. And yeah, so this 6th one, I think this is number 6, hopefully. Number 6? I think it's number 6. Eating alone in the calf. That was something that I think I expected that going into college, but I didn't realize how often I'd be eating alone. So this is Editor Jared just talking to you quick. I'm just gonna explain what I was trying to say in this clip, but it just came out really weird as I was watching this. So I ate a lot of meals by myself, like the first week and even the first few weeks, and that's not bad at all. A lot of people eat alone by themselves, and in fact, I still eat a ton of meals by myself because if I'm in between classes or I'm going somewhere, it's just so much easier to grab it by myself so that I can leave and stay how long as I want. So expect to eat a lot of your meals alone the first few weeks or so, but just know there's nothing wrong with it, and it's really honestly kind of nice. Okay, now back into the main video, and hopefully I pick up the energy because I am just, I editing this, I'm just like, oh my gosh. Where's the energy, buddy? Number 7. So, first week of classes, there's a lot of information thrown at you. First week is really just like what they call syllabus week, or at least that's what I call it. It's for the professors to get to know you and for you to understand what the class is all about, but there's a lot of stuff thrown at you, and so that's why it's so important to stay organized with all the syllabi you get, because if you don't keep track of all the information and all that the professor's requiring you for potentially all 5 of your classes, it's going to be a hard time. So keep track of everything and get a good agenda book to do that. I used an agenda book my whole freshman year. Started to use one sophomore year, but then I kind of got lazy and it didn't help with like stress and everything. Get a good planner or agenda book, whatever you call it. I'll have some link down below to some good ones. There's agenda books you can get off an actual like website that makes them, or you can find them on Amazon, which will be down below as well. I just rewatched that clip. Do you call it agenda books or do you call it planners? I don't know. I grew up calling it agenda books. And then I feel like once I got to college, I called it a planner. And the last thing to expect for your first week of school is a lot of opportunities for community. I kind of mentioned it when I talked about the week of welcome and all the on-campus activities that they do, but there's so many opportunities for you to find community on campus that first week of school. My freshman year, there was people playing on the volleyball courts every night. There were people playing basketball on the basketball courts, people hanging out in the common areas of each dorm. There's people at the gym, there's people at the library, people always hanging out in Starbucks studying. That's a good spot, FYI. Just get there early and get a good spot. And there's people like in Plant Park hammocking. So there are a lot of opportunities outside of class to get plugged into a community, get involved, and just make friends, have a good time, and enjoy the transition into college. So I hope this video gave you some sort of a better expectation of what the first week of school is going to be like at UT. I have a whole playlist on University of Tampa specific videos, which you should go check out. Thanks for watching, thanks for joining, and thanks for doing life with all of us here at this channel.